2 Kings chapter 11. Athaliah was Ahaziah's mother. She saw that her son was dead. So she got up and killed all the king's family. Jehosheba was King Joram's daughter and Ahaziah's sister. Joash was one of the king's sons. Jehosheba took Joash while the other children were being killed. Jehosheba hid Joash. She put Joash in his nurse in her bedroom. So Jehosheba and the nurse hid Joash from Athaliah. That way Joash was not killed. Then Joash and Jehosheba hid in the Lord's temple. Joash hid there for 6 years, and Athaliah ruled over the land of Judah. In the 7th year, Jehoiada the high priest sent and got the captains of the chariots and guards. Jehoiada brought them together in the Lord's temple. Then Jehoiada made an agreement with them. In the temple, Jehoiada forced them to make a promise. Then he showed the king's son Joash to them. Then Jehoiada gave them a command. He said, "This is the king you must do. 1/3 of you must come in at the start of each Sabbath day. You men will protect the king and his house. Another third of you will be at the sheer gate, and another third will be at the gate behind the guard. This way you will be like a wall protecting Joash. At the end of each Sabbath day, 2/3 of you will guard the Lord's temple and protect King Joash. You must stay with King Joash any time he goes any place. The whole group must surround the king. Each guard must have his weapon in his hand, and you must kill any person that comes too close to you." The captains obeyed all the things that Jehoiada the priest commanded. Each captain took his man. One group was to guard the king on Saturday, and the other groups were to guard the king during the rest of the week. All those men went to Jehoiada the priest, and the priest gave spears and shields to the captains. These were the spear and shields David put in the Lord's temple. The guards stood with their weapons in their hands from the right corner of the temple to the left corner of the temple. They stood around the altar and the temple and around the king. When he went to the temple, these men brought our Joash. They put the crown on Joash and gave him the agreement between the king and God. Then they anointed him and made him the new king. They clapped their hands and shouted, "Long live the king!" Queen Athaliah heard the noise from the guards and the people. So she went to the people at the Lord's temple. Athaliah saw the king by the column where the king usually stood. She also saw the leaders and men playing the trumpets for the king. She saw that all the people were very happy. She heard the trumpets, and she tore her clothes to show she was upset. Then Athaliah shouted, "Treason, treason!" Jehoiada the priest gave a command to the captains that were in charge of the soldiers. Jehoiada told them, "Take Athaliah outside of the temple area. Kill any of her followers. but don't kill them in the Lord's temple." So the soldiers grabbed Athaliah. They killed her as soon as she went through the horse entrance to the palace. Then Jehoiada made the agreement between the Lord and the king and the people. This agreement showed that the king and the people belong to the Lord. Jehoiada also made the agreement between the king and the people. This agreement showed what the king would do for the people, and it showed that the people would obey and follow the king. Then all the people went to the temple of the false god Baal. The people destroyed the statue of Baal, and they destroyed his altars. They broke them into many, many pieces. The people also killed Baal's priest, Matan, in front of the altars. So Jehoiada the priest put men in charge of the Lord's temple. The priest led all the people. They went from the Lord's temple to the king's house. The king's special guards and the captains went with the king, and all the other people followed them. They went to the entrance to the king's house. Then King Joash sat on the throne. All the people were happy. The city was peaceful, and Queen Athaliah was killed with a sword near the king's house. Joash was 7 years old when he became the king. This is the word of God, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you everyone for coming. See you all soon.